Hey everyone, we really want to encourage you to visit the refinery in Charleston, South Carolina. The refinery is a beautiful mixed-use facility that's home to upscale office space, 2 restaurants, the Limbo Lounge, and an amphitheater that hosts national, regional, and local acts year-round. We cannot recommend it enough. Go to therefinerychs.com to get event and venue information. You can also go to the site to learn how you can even book the spaces you want for your own event. So go check them out, and thanks. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Shrimp City Report, Charleston's finest podcast about entertainment, leisure, living, all the stuff we like in Charleston. Joined today with co-host DJ. How are you doing?
A little winded after this holiday experience, but glad to be back, definitely.
That's right. It is nice that, holidays were rad, but it's nice to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
We just came off of putting a bunch of best of shows, so now we're getting some fresh shows out tonight. And today we have with us from one of our beloved locations in Charleston, Firefly Distillery, we've got Jay McMurphy.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing, Jay?
I'm good. A little same, holiday hangovers and all that stuff.
Did you get to stay in town for the holidays? Is your family around here?
Yeah. We had 3 family Christmases to go to.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
So that sounds like you might be from here or around this area.
Yeah. I was born and raised here. I'm actually, my children are the 7th generation Charlestonians. Just been here forever.
Wow, so y'all
We're
you basically bleed low country boil then, right?
Yeah, like that. And shrimp.
Yeah.
Shrimp and grits. We've been around forever. Both sides of my family have been from Charleston for a long time.
So you have a pulse on it and growing up here. We get it a lot because we're natives as well. And you run into people in the low country now of South Carolina, and people are shocked if you're actually from Charleston or this area.
They asked me, where were you born?
Yeah.
At Roper.
I know, man. They get a kick out of that too. So what part of I guess you went to school here?
I went to high school at Wando.
Okay.
So I grew up in Mount Pleasant, but my parents were divorced.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad was downtown and eventually bought a house in Hobcaw.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom, before they were divorced, we moved to Mount Pleasant because the schools were, better. But I was born actually in Roper Hospital, but we lived on Grove Street. And then when I was about a year old, we moved to Mount Pleasant in anticipation for better schools and that kind of stuff.
Okay. Did you stay in state for college and all that stuff too?
Well, after high school, I got an apprenticeship with Mark Bain on Shim Creek, and we were building wooden boats over there.
Oh, cool.
And did that until 2008.
Yeah.
And this kind of segues into how I got into the distillery. But my mom and her husband, Jim, so my mom and dad started on Firefly with Scott Newitt in 2007. But in 2008, there was a real, the economic downturn. One of the first things went bye-bye for everybody was boats. That's a luxury item.
Right.
And, so we were building, so after high school, I was building wooden boats with Mark, and then I went to Scout and I worked warranty for them. And then I ended up at Seafox, and started working warranty with them in their warranty department. And then I moved on into design. And so I designed some, a bunch of boats for them, a bunch of like their bay boat line and all that kind of stuff we designed. And then I started my own company called Rival Composites, and I was consulting and building parts for like Key West and Seafox and Scout. And then in 2008, there was everything just kind of dried up. They were building 75 boats a week at one point in Seafox.
Yeah.
And it went down to 8 boats a week.
Jeez.
And so they ended up bringing everything in-house, and, they're gangbusters now again. But because of that economic downturn, alcohol got really popular.
Okay. There's the switch up. Of course.
Well, you sound, everything getting up to that point with the building boats designing boats, working, selling, doing everything you're doing. I mean, you just don't sound motivated to me, man. Seriously, how long does it take to build a boat? That's just
Oh, well, those. So on Shim Creek, we were building those wooden catamarans, and they're 50-foot, like charter vessels. They
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so they would be Coast Guard certified for, at the time, 50 people. Now they've upgraded them to 75 people.
And you said
And they would take about 6 months, and we'd have a crew of 6 people.
You said you get to the point where you're designing them too, right?
Not the catamarans, but the center consoles for Seafox.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, it's really cool.
Yeah.
One part of my job now is being creative, coming up with flavors and things like that.
Yep.
And it's important to me to have that creative outlet, because if I don't, I just kind of go crazy.
Yeah, I totally get it. Yes.
Yeah. So you were talking about there was a transition, I guess, with COVID to the, booze getting even more popular. And you tell us a little bit about the whole Firefly Distillery. I will tell the Low Country, and we have Scott on before, and it's a name unto itself. I mean, it is crazy popular, well known, highly regarded, even outside of the Low Country. Of course, you know that. But do you want to tell us the 45-second version of when it started, who started it, and all that?
Yeah. So my dad, my mom and dad had the winery out on Wadmalaw.
Okay.
And it was a muscadine wine. It's like a sweet wine. And my dad Jim was a developer at Kiowa. So he was a construction guy. He ended up having to go to UC Davis to understand. He also graduated Vanderbilt with a minor in chemistry. And so he understood fermentation and how to blend product and things like that. But he also did go to UC Davis in California and figured out how to make wine efficiently, because we can all make it in our basement, but it's not efficient at all. And it's also in such a small scale. When you scale up, you have attenuation and efficiency issues with your yeast and fermentation. So while you might get, in your basement or in your garage, you might get a 10% alcohol. If you do it properly, you should get anywhere between 13 to 15. So,
okay.
And on a large scale, that could be a bunch of money, And so he went to school to learn how to do all that kind of stuff. And then what he didn't know how to do was market it and go out into the grocery store at the same time making wine, filling the shelves and all that kind of thing. So we hired a distributor, and Scott was our salesperson through that distributor.
Right.
And they became really good friends. And Scott always wanted to start Low Country sipping vodka, and they got to talking. Jim had the know-how. Scott had the marketing prowess, and it was a really great team. Match made in heaven.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So where was the first distillery placed for that vodka then?
Well, it's funny. We weren't allowed to distill in South Carolina. So while we did some product testing, R&D here, we did have a license to do it, and you aren't allowed to do it. So Florida was a state that is friendly to distilleries. And so we went to Florida Distillers, and they contract distilled the first muscadine vodka that we made in the first round of sweet tea.
Did y'all get like a lot of know-how down there as well too, from was the community friendly as far as that type of connection?
Distilleries?
Yeah.
Well, I really wasn't a part of it back then. That was Jim and Scott doing it, but I think that there was a guy there called, his name was Jerry Maya, and he was big in the rum world.
Right.
And somehow Jim knew him and, took a bunch of took all the manufacturing to Florida.
Okay.
And then y'all know the story, we lobbied and got some laws changed and things like that, and we're able to do it here.
So, muscadine vodka, you said?
It was muscadine flavored vodka. We basically made a martini and then distilled that. So we would take the muscadine wine that we made and ran that through the stills.
Oh, cool. Almost like a cognac or something, or
but we would take it up to 190, and so
wow,
that's awesome.
So muscadine vodka sounds like a bluegrass band.
Yeah, it does. That would be a good one.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to go get that domain.
So,
it came out very, very smooth, and that's kind of what the building block of all of our flavors is. We can make a great flavor, but it could also be really harsh.
Mhm.
So balance is a huge thing with us, and that actually comes from our background. And wine in the winery, wine has to be balanced, or it's just not going to be good.
Uh-huh.
So you have to have a good balance of flavors, and,
That-
and drinkability is huge.
I guess we can get into the nuances of that and everything, but it just came to me. Number one, making a product that's consistent in taste. I mean, I don't care if it's peanut butter cups or it's liquor or it's whatever.
Yeah.
Just the quality control of making it the same thing taste like it did when you had it 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And not only that, obviously quality control, I guess a lot of that is still on the human taste and senses
It
for
is.
booze or yours.
It is,
Yeah.
but there is also what we call a standard. So we would take, okay, well, let's back up a little bit. Sweet tea has an unimaginably long shelf life. It's longer than anything else that we produce
Really?
besides like
Huh.
vodka or whiskey.
Uh-huh.
Anything that's unflavored has a longer shelf life than it. But as far as shelf lives go, sweet tea vodka has one of the longest, and we think it's because of the tannins that are in it
Okay.
Okay.
as a preservative. But so we have other products that have really short shelf lives, like our lemonade vodka, say.
Mhm.
It has a shelf life of 3 months. And so to keep that standard consistency throughout time is really difficult. So the way you do that is you have a standard that you keep in the lab, and the next batch you make needs to be a perfect match to that standard.
Okay.
So you don't deviate from that standard. And if you
Right.
whiskeys will do this really easily because each, every barrel is different. So when you have a blend of whiskeys, I don't know, what's your favorite whiskey?
George Dickel just
Okay,
That's-
so that's not a single barrel.
Right.
So what they do is they take barrels from all throughout the warehouse, and then they adjust the flavor profile of that batch using different barrels, say from the center of the warehouse or from the top level, because those are going to age in a harsher way. You'll get either a spicier note or a more oaky note, whatever the blender needs. He knows where those barrels are produced.
Okay.
And so sometimes over time, those batches will deviate, and they try to get back to the standard as quickly as possible.
That's a great point I never thought of. It almost seems like just like you have a master copy of just like a printout or something, and like you run it through Google Translate so many times,
Yeah,
even the slightest thing can like go.
it's like the butterfly effect.
Is that
Yeah.
almost like, have there been like any times where you've almost found those deviations as an improvement or something that sparked an idea somewhere else?
a happy
We
accident.
have,
Yeah.
but the flavor, you have a formula
Yeah.
that's approved by the government. There's really no deviation.
Gotcha.
Really?
Yeah, so there's a little bit of play with alcohol, like proof.
hmm
You can have a little bit more or a little bit less alcohol, but your flavors that go in need to be the same.
Okay.
The problem with that is the flavor house that makes them, sometimes they're not using quality tea or quality lemons for the lemonade,
yeah.
for example,
Even if you just like accidentally get the wrong type of lemon or something like that.
right,
Yeah,
exactly. And the flavor houses are so big that they don't. They do the same thing. They have a standard, but their flavors will deviate as well. So it's hard to control everything.
So you almost just have a ton of like multiple screenings for this stuff on like the whole
Yeah,
process,
oh, yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, we have a bunch of people that will do taste testing with every batch.
That must be awful for them.
Are there
Well,
certain-
we do spit because
Yeah.
Yeah.
if
of course.
we have to have a little spittoon around the table. If not, people would be laying on the floor
Oh yeah, for sure.
at like
They'd be
9 in the morning.
The last bottle would always be the best.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. That's the other thing. You have to like be careful how many you take.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I mean, I love the idea of tasting. I'm an enthusiastic eater, so I don't taste a lot of what I eat. Do y'all have tasters that are maybe a little better at noting a certain bouquet or some other thing that's forward?
Like special
Absolutely,
to yeah.
Well, Jim has a unique tongue. He can eat like say a gumbo and tell you exactly what's in it, not in the quantities, but tell you what it is. He can really pull out every single nuance of a dish or a flavored vodka or a liquor, and so he's the one who we really look at to tell us if we're wrong or if we're off, because we'll all detect it, And obviously, my tongue and my daughter's tongue are very good at that. But sometimes the people on the bottling line will also say, like, this tastes funny or a little different. Let's see what's going on.
Okay.
And then if we can't fix it ourselves, then we go to Jim.
You bottle everything at your place, right?
Yep, at North Charleston. Yep.
That is pretty convenient.
Well, we also we're in a joint venture with Sazerac, and we do some bottling at Buffalo Trace. But all of our moonshines are bottled here in North Charleston and shipped out to the country. And then Buffalo Trace, they make the sweet tea and a ruby red vodka.
Then y'all also get your barrels locally too, right?
We used to get them locally, but the cooperage shut down.
Oh, that's
rats.
right.
So now we get them at Cumberland Cooperage, which used to be Independent Stave, but it's Sazerac owns them.
Okay, cool.
The cooperage, I mean, I guess you went with somebody that you liked and that was adequate for your purposes. The iced tea vodka, it was a phenomenon when I first saw it. I presume when it first came out, that was your flagship, right?
It still is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so that is still the number one.
Yeah, number one seller for us.
Okay, but you do seasonal. You do other offerings seasonal. You even had. Remember when they were? I'm telling you, remember the offerings that were done to coincide with certain bands that were coming up.
Yeah.
So those were single barrels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are all bourbons. No flavors or anything like that. So those were a special label that we would make for them, and people really liked that.
We still have the Modest Mouse.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
Nice.
Yeah,
that was a great show.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we might as well just kind of segue to a couple of other things. Firefly is known in Charleston for having tremendous outdoor events, very big name bands.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of them, Queens of the Stone Age, Mastodon,
Even
other genres besides what we like.
I mean, even more modern, like Young Gravy and other people like that.
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah. We also have like 90s hip hop. We had Cypress Hill recently.
Oh yeah, that's
Cypress
right.
Hill.
Yeah.
So they have the concerts, and what we were talking about is they would have special offerings of bourbon for certain bands. What other kind of events do you all have out there? You had a recent one that's kind of odd for Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah. It was snowing in Charleston, and then it was 78 degrees in the middle of the day.
Right.
So we partnered with Mex One, and we hosted the Mex One Rail Jam. And the Rail Jam is pretty common in the mountains where people snowboard, and they'll go down and hit rails and flip and do all sorts of cool stuff. And it is a unique event, and Mex One did a really great job with it, and we did it. This is our second year that we've done it, and next year is going to just be even bigger.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It's wild because I mean that was a pretty high ramp that y'all built and made a lot of snow. 16 feet.
The ramp was 16 feet, and there was it's called a ride-on rail. So you just kind of ride onto the rail, and then you flip off of it, and on either side of that. So that one was in the middle, and flanking that one was a kink rail that you would jump onto and, do a 50-50 nose press or whatever you needed to do. And then the other side was just flat bar. And so people would do board slides, and then they would come off of that. And we had a whiskey barrel, but it was full of water, and it had some snow on it. And they would come up and do, like rock and rolls or disasters on that.
Yeah.
And it was all logoed. It was really neat.
Oh, that's pretty
That's
cool.
amazing.
I like that.
We blew 28,000 pounds of ice on Saturday for that.
Man, because y'all have a huge field too. Like that whole area is huge.
And it was muddy. It was awesome.
Oh, wow. That is cool.
We had DJs. Strawberry Squad was there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You had several DJs and music.
Yeah.
And you had concessions.
Delgado was there, and Red Bull came. The DJ booth was in the Red Bull truck. It was just like so hype. It was so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I like the idea, y'all blowing in 28,000 pounds of ice. And then if anyone's listening in Buffalo, they're like, we're trying to blow that out of here.
Right. Absolutely.
I brought it up earlier with sweet tea, which is, distinctively Southern. Y'all are Charleston natives, so I guess you feel like inspiration with some of your product with Charleston. Has anything else been distinctive to the area?
Let's see, I'd say 10 years ago, we came out with a brand line called Southern Accents, and they were like my mom's recipes: coconut cake, chocolate pecan pie, peach cobbler. And man, those things were wildly popular for a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
And we kind of pulled back. We've actually stopped that brand line and we folded them all into moonshines now.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
And the moonshines are Southern, obviously, and we do the same kind of thing. It's fruit flavors, apple pie,
Yeah.
cinnamon, all that stuff.
So do y'all still do anything with coconut cake?
We do.
Yeah,
That's
so
such
good.
a good idea.
I love that stuff, man. And I thank you for saying pecan the correct way.
That's right. Yeah, well, Scott is from New Orleans and he says it the weird way.
Oh, yeah. So do you have any local partners that you work with? How's your, I guess, experience with the community, and have you felt like the support from even other businesses?
For
and
sure,
the chamber, do you
Yeah. The chamber helps a lot, but just our local community and Park Circle is so great. You know, they really embraced us, and it's an artist community, so
Right.
it makes sense. But even local restaurants embrace us. We work with Holy City. We do some collaborations. They use some of our barrels to age some of their beer.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times people, what do you ask us what we do with our barrels, and a lot of times we'll break them down and make furniture or art with them.
Really?
Nice.
And then, but a lot of times a brewery will take them.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it's really cool.
Do you yourself, have you made some furniture with them?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
You got to send us some pictures so we can
Yeah.
post it later. Yeah.
for sure. I don't make like chairs and stuff. Usually it'll be like a magazine holder or something.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah.
Or we made like some Christmas trees with them and stuff like that. And we have a kind of a wood shop. We have a maintenance shop, at the
Yeah,
distillery,
right.
and our maintenance guys will make stuff with them too. And one of my favorite things to do with them though is break them down, cut them into chunks, and then this is a used barrel. Okay, so it's smells like bourbon,
Yeah.
and I use that to smoke like brisket.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
It is super good.
That is.
We
Yeah.
toy with the idea of selling it, but we use it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh, if you put that for sale, it would be gone in
Yeah.
10 minutes around here,
And it works so well for smoking because it's already charred.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so you just soak them in water and then they just smoke right up. It's great.
That's a great idea. How many times can you use a barrel over?
Yeah.
So a bourbon barrel has to be a virgin barrel. It can't be used before. And,
okay.
So that has to be a brand new barrel. If it's a second use barrel, it's gonna be a whiskey, not a bourbon whiskey, just
okay.
whiskey, and we'll use it in our Tom and Huck, our American blended whiskey.
Had that. Yep.
So any flavored whiskey will be a second use barrel,
Okay.
that kind of stuff. And then after about the fourth use, it's kind of spent, and then that's when we'll break them down or something like that. And each use, the first use, you're going to get pretty much all your color and flavor out of it in the first 6 months. And then it matures for 6 years. And then we're going to harvest that barrel. We're going to take the bourbon out of it and bottle it. And then if it was a great bourbon, we're going to reuse the barrel and we'll put whiskey in it. And then we're going to let that whiskey sit for about 3 years in that barrel.
That's
And it takes a lot longer time to extract flavor. So you're not going to get the richness and the depth out of the whiskey that or out of that second use that you would the first use.
It always blows my mind the amount of commitment required for this. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
makes my heart beat
just
fast.
just your inventory alone must be huge, just with all the barrels you're sitting on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And then waiting
scary.
Yeah.
waiting on 3 years, 10 years, whatever. It's like, number one, you better have kids.
Yeah,
So you have a generation to look at. It's almost like you're taking a starship to Alpha Centauri,
I was about to say, do
wake
y'all
me
ever
up when
do
the bourbon
y'all
stuff.
should do a time capsule bourbon where you put like a little note of like where y'all were 6 years ago.
Yeah.
we do that actually.
Oh, you do, really?
We'll sign them, especially like around Halloween or any holiday.
Yeah.
We have some people who've gotten married. They sign barrels, or they had their reception there. So
Yeah.
Hey, that's cool.
That's
all their
awesome.
guests have signed
Yeah.
a barrel, that kind of stuff. It's pretty neat. But yeah, it's like bourbon futures.
Yep.
And I have 5 children, by the way, and my oldest daughter is our head blender
Oh,
cool.
right on.
at the distillery.
Okay, cool. So that is keeping it in the family and keeping the tradition the respect. I guess that's one thing that you really need if you have that kind of business that you're trying to pass down. You mentioned really quickly, and we'll get into this, we're going to talk some more about your events, but you said that wedding people will sign a barrel. You have events like that? People can come and have their wedding at your place?
We have tried to steer away from weddings and
Okay.
mostly receptions.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
You know, because we have these giant stage and there's porta potties, you know, on the outside of the field. It's not real conducive to weddings anymore, like it used to be.
Yeah,
But it's really a great place to have a party.
right.
You know?
Right. I guess not a lot of Baptist weddings at the at the liquor
Yeah.
at the liquor place.
We have had them, and it's odd, but
Yeah,
you know.
Well, it's a beautiful place. I mean,
Yeah.
besides the fact that it's rad, it
It
it's
is really
beautiful.
soft inside. It's nice.
Yeah.
and
Very comfy.
Great background.
You have oyster roast coming up, or is that already started?
Yeah, so partnerships, local partnerships, one of them is Local Oysters. They pick all of our oysters for us, and they contract. Well, actually, they were cooking them, they're steaming them, you know, for a long time, and then now it's contracted out. But yeah, we started in October, and then we have 3 more left, so we'll end up in March.
Okay.
We have one a month.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Yeah, we've been to them before.
Or
Good locals.
Yeah, can't
nothing,
beat out those locals, man.
nothing more
they're
southern than
good.
having a oyster roast, drinking some whiskey, sweet tea whiskey. You know?
It's just like something in the air.
Yeah.
It's so good. We also do low country boils, and we've done some crawfish boil. I think they're called boils because Scott's from Louisiana.
Right. Yeah.
So we've done some crawfish, and people really like that. We have a Zydeco band and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Communal eating, that kind
Absolutely.
of standing at an oyster roast or a crab crack or something and just yapping and eating, having some old Milwaukee or some cool bourbon.
Standing by the steaming oysters to warm you up in the cold, you know? Yeah.
It is. And I mean, this is a low country podcast. That's what we grew up on and what we evangelize. So
Absolutely. Just hang out and have fun.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
eat some good food. It'd be cool to do like a bunch of hogs or something too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, pig picking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be very cool. God, that's a good idea. Have some kind of hog jam.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
Right.
Yeah, because people do.
And you could smoke them with the barrels that you're talking about.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Because people do these barbecue festivals, and it's a bunch of different,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Right.
like a competition or something. But I just want to like have people come and hang out and eat.
Yeah.
You know, and not worry about all the minutia of a contest and voting and all these things. Just
Yeah,
No, it's just
tickets, and I got to
communal,
try
yeah. Community,
everything, and
just come and have fun.
yeah, just some hog and slaw and hash.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
getting hungry.
Some collard greens.
Okay, so we have the possible hog bash coming up.
Right.
in our minds, we're fantasy booking
You
right
heard it
now.
here first. Yeah.
You know, but what else do we have besides oyster roast coming down the road?
What we're super excited for is our 2026 concert season.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So far, we've announced Sam Barber. You know, this year is shaping up to be amazing.
Super
really
excited.
good.
Yeah.
So, and your concert season goes into the fall as
Mhm.
well. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity to see some music. And I will add, the best thing for someone who's in their 50s is the shows start early because of noise ordinance.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And they end early.
I'm
So,
49. I love it.
Yeah.
And it's done by 10.
right. That is the coolest thing in Charleston. So,
Yeah.
okay. So we got the music. What other?
Coming up here within the next 2 months, obviously, are the Oyster Roast. And then we have a New England Food Truck Festival. And Lobster kind of runs that and will curate all the food and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll have this
So
up.
early February.
Yeah,
Yeah.
excellent. We'll try to swing by that one. How can we get in touch with Firefly?
All the social medias. The best way to keep in touch though is to go sign up through our website for our newsletter, and it comes out once a month. It's nothing like crazy. You know, we don't send out a bunch of emails. It's really quick, and it will be things like concert schedules and upcoming events and any new product that we might have coming out.
Yep.
And sometimes it'll be like, you know, meet the blender or meet the bottlers, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. Any product that's coming out anytime soon? We
Not
want to
right
look
now.
at?
We the last we came out with 4 new vodka flavors
Mhm.
last year. That's blueberry, peach, strawberry, and lime.
Okay.
Mhm.
And we're really just marketing those heavy now, and we're focusing more on local events and things like
Yeah, take a
Okay,
breath,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
yeah.
It's wild.
Deb, you got any sage rounds?
Oh, well, good.
Okay, cool. Well, we appreciate you coming by, Jay, and glad to get your perspective of everything. And we hope to see you soon out at Firefly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Come on, fly by.
I shall have a good week and God bless.
Bye.